Hey everybody, welcome to another Tuesday night chat. Got a great panel here. We got a few things to talk about, and I'm sure we'll bounce around on some other stuff. And first of all, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, and I'm going to start with Luke. Would you like to do an intro, man?
Yeah, sure. It's Luke Banter, a couple channels, an Informed State of Mind, Rush Creek Survival. Not too much on either one of them, quite frankly. But no, it's good to hang out with you guys on Tuesday. A lot of stuff going on. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Interesting night. We'll see.
Did you say Russian spy hole?
Russian spy hole. No, I don't believe so, sir.
All right.
All right, and how about Daniel? Would you like to do an intro?
Oh, hi. Thanks, TR, for having me on, guys. Panel, great seeing you. I thank everybody in the chat. You guys know me, and if you don't, you're a loser.
That'll work. And Blue, would you like to do an intro?
Yeah, we got the Russian spy hole, and we have Daniel, who looks like he's been placed in a witness protection program. So this should be pretty interesting chat. Good to see everybody in the external, and thanks for the invite again.
Yeah, as good as always. Anyway, Luke sent me a link, but I'd already seen it on the news about the first thing we want to hit real quick, or not. The states that are up in arms about the blueprints being released on the 3D printer gun blueprints. And me and Blue was talking about it a little bit before we started, and like I say, even when I was at work today and it was on the news, and there was a couple of guys around there that, you know, we kind of understand guns and stuff and a little bit what's going on. It's just like they was showing complete AR-15s. It's like, yeah, people just print these out. We got to get this. We can't allow this to happen. Just on and on and on. Like you just want to print out a whole entire AR-15, metal barrel, handguard, it's just going to print it out. I mean, I don't even hear him. I don't even remember him saying plastic. I mean, but they were showing full ARs, you know, metal barrel, everything. They just think you can print it out. They're like Star Trek shit, you know. I just thought it's ridiculous. But then the point me and Blue was making when we was talking is the fact you can buy 80% lower already. Aluminum, polymer, and mill it out yourself. I mean, it's already there. Y'all guys view?
I think you guys just don't understand. Guns are bad, okay? And they're going to beat you over the head with it until you fully understand it. I mean, when they say it enough, I hear it 24/7. It's melded into my mind now.
So can somebody explain to me exactly what this 3D printer is, what it does? I mean, I've seen videos of it, but I don't actually understand. I know you can print out 3D anything. I mean, what is this machine? Can somebody actually explain that?
Well, it's a CNC machine as far as I can understand, which certainly TR be able to probably speak a little bit about. As far as I understand, it's basically, yeah, it's built on a in some cases, I guess it's either an X and Y and, you know, axis and such, or it's on a gyro aspect. You know, I've seen maybe a couple different ideas, and it basically prints plastic, right? Maybe there's other things it prints though. I'm limited on my knowledge, I guess.
It's exactly what you're saying, Luke. It's not really a printer. It's really that's the wrong terminology for it. It's not like the movies where it's actually applying in making something, you know. I mean, it's, from what I could see, unless I'm missing something, it's taking a block and cutting it out. It's a little CNC machine, just like you said. It's going to cut it out, not actually make it. I guess it's making it, but it's not creating. It's not like it's a nothing there and it's building up plastic. I don't see, if that's what it is, it's something that's going to fall apart as soon as you do something with it, you know.
I just watched Jurassic Park the other day, and they built a raptor vocal box out of one of those. Now that you mentioned it, that's exactly what it was doing. It was like milling the plastic out, and
Yeah.
They made a 3D printer version of a Velociraptor voice box or something.
But that's why I say that's not really printing it. That's just cutting it out. It's a 3D cutter. It's just a CNC machine. There's billet AR-15 lowers you can buy. Guess what? A CNC machine built that. You know, it's changing its tool heads and milling it out. Going by a program, it already knows what to do, and it just does it. But it mills it out. It don't print it. Print it would be like plastic shooting out of a nozzle and, you know, welding it up. You know, that would be printing.
See, I was under the impression that's what it does.
Okay,
I mean,
they're
I could
saying
be wrong.
prints.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think that's really what I believe it does is that it actually prints. It's on a printing deal, but I think it's on like a gyro thing, where it actually prints. It's like spools of color and such you can use, and I imagine there's probably different strengths plastic. But I think I'm agreeing with Daniel in that sense that I don't think it mills it out. That's why they are referring to it as 3D printing.
Okay, for being in the plastic industries, I'm telling you, that's going to be some undurable blocks of plastic. It ain't going to be.
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, I was getting ready to go into the grocery store when I heard it on the news, and I shut the vehicle off and went, "What are they going on about?" And I had to start it again just so I could hear the radio and carry on. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this. I'm going, I said, "You got to be kidding me!" And the same thing that you guys just said is that I'm thinking, well, can't you already buy the lowers? Like, it's kind of like they did with a lot of other things, you know. All of a sudden, everybody jumps on. It's like, oh my God, someone please save the children. And I'm going, fuck off. It's just like, it's not that. I don't see it as that big of a deal myself. One aspect was basically stating, and I agree with it, but again, we can already get lowers without serial numbers. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so then I don't know. To me, it's like, well, now somebody could do it and build it without us being able to tax them on it. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of actually being an issue. And again, if somebody's denied a firearm because of the law or a lawful judgment against them, and that's what they're worried about, are going to throw that up there? I mean, give me a break. You know, the person would have to have access to this, or printer, I guess, if they had to do it themselves. I mean, maybe in the aspect of people being able to sell this shit. Yeah, maybe. And I call it shit because I can't really see it lasting. I guess it doesn't need to last any more than twice, does it? It'd be a problem. But
I did a quick search on 3D printers. How much do they cost? You can actually get them at Walmart for like $500, and I'm sure you get what you pay for. As low as 500, and then there's other prices which I don't know where you get them, but as much as $100,000 just for the printer. So I mean, I'm sure if you get $100,000 3D printer and you have the right material, you could probably make something that is relatively durable.
Yeah, at my daughter's school, they have a 3D printer now in her class, and I'm trying to get hooked up with the teacher so I can get some blue and red guns made so I can use them for holsters and stuff instead of paying $30 to $50 a pop for them.
Yeah,
but
I
that one over.
If you got the right material, maybe it could be pretty durable. But like I said, me and Tool Monkey, he mentioned we got one at work at the assembly plant, but I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it. Period. I don't even know what it looks like. The one we own. I just don't see it being a durable plastic because, like I said, I'm in injection molding, and when that plastic is shot into a mold at a very high velocity, you change the molecular structure and it bonds with each other. You're laying the molecules a certain way with the pressure, speed, and heat. If you just drizzle plastic and I don't care how you do it, you're just layering it. You're not. It might be melted together, but it's not fused molecularly together. If that makes any sense.
It does, but if they did it in a spider web kind of application, and it was hot enough, and they were spreading it that thin, let's just say. Now, I just did a search on the reel thread, not the thread, but the plastic reel that comes out, and it's incredibly small. I would suggest, by just from what I can see there in the video, that it's probably about the size of a pen insert, out of a normal ballpoint pen. If you pulled it out, that plastic sheath certainly would be about the diameter. Maybe it puts it out in that sense, and if it does, maybe it gives it incredible strength. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to know more.
Well, the really strong plastics, like, and I'm not 100% sure on a polymer gun if it's glass filled or not. I'd have to look into that. Because your stronger plastics are usually glass filled. There's actually fiberglass little threads in the plastic mixed with it, so that it's all bonded together. It acts like rebar. And I'm not sure if a polymer is that way or not. That just might be the type of plastic is that durable, but yet forgiving. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I haven't even looked into 3D printers, so I don't know. I just don't see the strength. It may be strong enough to do it, to make like an AR-15 lower and hold up over time, but I'd be hesitant to think it would have be as durable as an injection molded part, where it's all made one shot in less than a second.
Yeah, and a huge science behind it too. I would agree with that. I definitely would agree with that, because we even see those, have in the past. Certainly, and there's probably countless cases of even polymer, handguns certainly giving way to a structural failure. But yeah.
But what really is the huge deal with this? Because if you think about it, there's already laws on the books that say if you're a person not to possess a firearm and you possess one of these, even if it has no numbers on it, you're still in trouble.
Yeah. It's like buying moonshine. It's still illegal. I don't give a damn what. I mean,
it's
you buy pot. It's illegal just because hey, you can grow this in your house. It don't make it less illegal.
I would never have one. I would never buy one, and I'd never buy the equipment to get one, just because it, to me, makes no sense at this point.
And it depends on your state laws. Like I said, like South Carolina, I could get aluminum, build aluminum lowers and mill them out, finish milling them out, and I'd be perfectly legal. The only time that it would be where you'd cross the line is if you tried to sell it to somebody. Then it technically should have a serial number and all that. But if you just buy it for personal use, you're perfectly legal. Unless somebody can tell me something different about it. For what little bit I read into it, like I said, it depends on your state.
Yeah, now that puts me to the next question I was going to interject here. When I sent you the story, I was thinking to myself, is there a particular way they're going to create a law, a backdoor law, basically, into your gun rights by the stupid 3D gun? In that sense, because of what you just said, they could create a law that all of a sudden now by default will basically go over top of other firearms. And now they're basically selling them and so on and so forth without these serial numbers as more control, perhaps. I mean, I'm just kind of wondering, is that a potential there, or is this really that big of a deal?
I don't think it's that big of a deal myself. I mean, the people that's going to go through, we'll just say even the 3D printing. Say you can buy one for $500. It'll make a durable enough lower. You get the blueprints and you can make an AR lower. That's the only thing I see that I could see a potential that might scare people. Because the only other one I've seen is like based on like the World War II Liberator, where it was just a single shot. It was made to you shoot one time and take the enemy's gun and then have a real gun, is a zip gun. And I think it does have a plastic barrel. But as far as the AR lower, for somebody to go through and buy a printer, 3D printer, get the prints, and then buy all the parts to put it together, put everything that your average Joe Blow probably couldn't put a lower together anyway. if they're, you know, without the mechanical ability, because like I said, from what I've seen on the news and the guy doing their little speeches and stuff, they're thinking or they're projecting it is like you load this blueprint in, it prints out the gun fully functional. I mean, that's the way they presented it. And of course, it's the news. So they're either dumbasses or they're projecting their agenda.
And now with YouTube taking all the videos off that, you know, you're not allowed to show how to put a lower together, most of the population's fucked.
Yeah. Good point.
I think Insight's hit it right on the spot. I mean, it's going to be Glock's dream. They're going to put Glock out of business.
Well, you know, like I said, I don't think it's a big a deal. It's not as big a deal as the news projecting. Like I say, it's scary. It's fear mongering at its finest. That's what they're doing. They're presenting it, and they're going to present it as vague as possible. People are going to have the mindset that you're just going to be able to print a fully functional gun out. Like once it gets done, you can pick it up and stick a bullet in it and shoot it. I mean, that's why they presented it, or the way I seen it, anyway.
No, there's definitely, you know, that there's people watching that news story on the CNN or whatever, going, you know, look at this here. Now in 5 minutes, they can just print their own gun in the back room. You know what I mean? That's something. Somebody's gonna say that shit, and those people there, they bunch together in great big droves and go to places and have protests. They take the time to make these little signs too. Get to the dollar store, get the Bristol board with the marker and such, and they don't do any research, like, at all. And I don't know. Like I said, just little things like that. Can't eat an elephant one bite. Eat it in little bites, right? So,
and they do that with about any story. Just enough fear mongering to make it, oh, wait a minute, you know. And like I say, and they don't even have to lie. They can just be vague, you know. And I mean, hell, look at the damn politicians on the news, you know, here, what was a couple of years ago, the clip of zines that shoot 30 caliber bullets at 1,000 rounds a second or whatever the hell, all that shit, you know. This is a ghost gun, you know? And that's what they were saying. They kept saying ghost gun about the 3D printed guns. I was like, here we go.
well, look, we already know catchphrases, you know what I mean, work incredibly well with the general population or the mass population. Trump is a very good example of just that, you know, catchphrases, right? So, you know, ghost gun and, you know, these little things. It's propaganda. They spin it. It's going to get viewers.
Yeah, stupid. But like,
You know, I mean, I'll just stick to the old fashioned way. I'll buy a lower and build my own. You know, I mean, it's.
Yeah. Well, anybody that knows, and it's kind of getting back to my point about having to buy all the parts, or even if you buy a rifle kit, you still got to put the lower together, assemble the butt stock, and get the recoil tube and all that buffer tube. Anybody that does that knows about it. We already know about the 80% lowers, or just the fact you can buy a strip lower for $29 from Anderson Manufacturing when they're on sale, or whatever it is, Anderson Arsenal, whatever it is. It's like, why would you buy? You definitely wouldn't buy a 3D printer just so you could print out lowers, even if they were great. Let's just say they're great. If you could buy, if the printer was, like, you can buy one through Walmart for $500 to make it, but I can buy a lower for $30. I can buy a 80% lower for $80 or less. I'd have to build like, you know, 8 or 9 lowers to even pay for the printer, plus whatever the material, cartridges, whatever it takes for that plastic. I mean, I won't say it's a gimmick, but they're definitely blowing it way out of proportion.
How much do you want to bet the 3D printer sales have gone off the fucking charts?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. And TR, you work in the tool and die industry. The CNCs that say are 15 years old and stuff. How much would you have to spend to buy one of those?
Probably not as much as you would think. I mean, they've been around a long time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my cousin in the 80s was going to tech school to learn how to run CNC machines.
Yeah, you get one of those CNC machines, you can make the real thing for a lot less.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say who, where, why, or what, but I just saw one of those machines in function last week. And I don't remember how much the guy told me that he paid for this machine. But whenever I pulled into the driveway, it's a buddy. I'll just say it's a buddy. He put his hands up and he's like, "There's nothing illegal going on in here." And I walked in the garage. I'm like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And sure as shit, they had one of them boxes. It was no more than 2 by 2 by 2 a box, hooked into his laptop. The laptop was just running codes, just straight up codes, up and down. I look in the box and they're milling out a 80% lower. You know, I mean, it's.
And that sounds like something fairly current. You might can buy a small CNC for a reasonable price that you could actually use for other. A CNC could make anything that you fit in the tool head or whatever. I mean, you can make whatever. You can make a hammerhead, or you can make a screwdriver. It'll do whatever you want it to do. It'll mill out anything.
Right. If I remember right, he said that between him and another buddy, I think they paid $800 for the box with the bits and all the programs. And then something broke to where, because he did something wrong, he thought that the bit was out, and apparently you do a function test and it does all these things, and he ended up bending whatever the bit goes in, and they were going to send it back to the wherever they got it from. And it was like an extra $300 for like this major upgrade to where they could do more than just what they were doing with it. And I mean, he's probably got $1,100 to $1,200 into it. And I think it's I don't know. He seemed to enjoy the hell out of it. And if I understood him right, in about 2 hours, he could take one of those 80% lowers and have a completed lower that wasn't anodized. And then of course had to take it somewhere else to have it dipped and everything. But
yeah, but I think what Daniel's talking about is a big, like something you'd have to put in your garage or workshop or something like that. I mean, they make them in all sizes. What you're talking about sounds like it's fairly much a bench top type deal. But I'm talking like a freestanding. You could probably buy a damn CNC from the 80s at some auction or something for. I mean, you might could get one for less than $1,000. I don't know. I mean, there's thousands upon tens of thousands of them out there, been in use for decades now.
So yeah, you could take one of those and just get a block of metal, put it in there, and just build one, the whole thing from zero.
Just take a chunk of aluminum and mill the whole freaking thing out. Like I say, if you've heard, seen, or whatever, a billet lower, I CNC that machine milled that whole thing out. The normal lower, I'm thinking, is cast to a certain point and then finished through milling process. If that makes any sense. Like a engine block that's made out of cast iron, old Chevy 350. It's cast pretty much the raw basic form, and then they go through a milling process and they mill everything out, get the flats and the holes. I mean, so there's milling and casting involved. And I think that's how a normal AR lower is. Don't quote me on this. I'm just spitballing, guessing that it's molded to a certain point and then finished through a milling process.
Yeah, really good example of that would be disc brakes, right? The disc itself, that's, puts it down into the shape of small, but you can see it really readily that that's exactly what it is.
But anyway, we digress. It's educational TV here.
Well, here, I'll give you some fun Canadian facts there. Something kind of wacky that I heard on the news there the other day. And I was shocked, right? So one of our provincial police, right? So it'd be like your state police, but we got provincial police up here, certainly. So for the province, the provincial police are out there patrolling one day, and there is a big charity bicycle ride going on. Lots and lots of bikes involved with this thing. And one of these officers pulls over a group of them and gives them a big lecture about going slowly through the stop sign, looking both ways, and said you can't go through the stop sign, and decides to ticket one of them. So this goes, everywhere, media-wise, and nothing really come of it so far. And I'm sure she's just going to pay the ticket. But the police have just said, well, if the officer's out there for safety, then that's what they're about, right? So we kind of stand behind the officer, but that's it. So anyway, I just thought it was a bit of a head shaker. Anyway, there you go.
Here in the States, that would be targeting racial somehow, and the cop was wrong right off the bat.
What bothers me, Blue, is that maybe we don't have all the information. Like the officer could have, said, whoa, there's a car coming. The car's got the right of way. Why are you just going through? Like you have the right of way, which you clearly don't. That you haven't done your homework to get us out here to direct traffic or organize that, or anybody else out here to make sure there's some safety. Maybe then I could see the end and justify it that way. Like I said, that's the problem with news. It doesn't give you all the facts, right? It's hard to pick a side.
There's a lot of bikers and what have you here in the upstate of South Carolina. I guess it's the new fad. You see either 1 or 10 guys. They all got their little spandex or whatever the hell they wear. It looks like they got full sponsorship like NASCAR. Good and well they don't. They're just out there riding their fucking bicycles. And I see their little stories and editorials and stuff in the newspaper, bitching and moaning and groaning about people in cars don't allow them the space. You're supposed to be so many feet away from them. You're supposed to respect them and all this. But it's like, yes, and you got to obey the same damn laws I do on the road. So when you get to a stop sign, you're supposed to stop. When you get to a red light, you're supposed to stop. That's if I have to obey the laws, and it's the way the laws is, they're supposed to obey the road rules. If you're on the road on a vehicle, you come to a stop sign, technically you're supposed to stop and wait on that fucking red light. Just like me. They don't even stop. They just breeze through. It's like, but then if I pass them and I'm within 3 foot of them, they're like, oh, you're not giving me my safe space or whatever. It's like, well, fuck you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to work. Get the fuck out of the damn road. Go somewhere else. Find a back road. Now, if the guy's got, let me rephrase that. If a guy's got a little backpack or he's just got regular clothes on, and I can tell he's going to work, the store, or whatever he's using it for, transportation, I'll give him all the respect in the world. But the 10 of these guys is blocking the whole damn lane of traffic on a 2-lane road, on a busy 2-lane road, I really don't have a lot of sympathy for them. I'm done.
Hey, Rick, how's it going, buddy?
I got a rant here. I've been listening to you guys, and I thought you guys were good friends of mine. And I've come to the conclusion that every one of you sons of bitches, you've been giving out false information. Seriously. I just watched CNN and they said that you could build a 3D printer that would work. So you guys are just full of shit. So other than that, how you guys doing?
Just trying to fit in with the rest of them. Just not educated, just spilling it, whatever.
I didn't pull that off as good as I wanted to. I wanted to do a good one, like pretend I was all mad and upset.
Well, we could have went to the next step. That'll print out the ammunition as well, fully functional. It probably printed out with the ammo already in it.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna print out a fucking Dillon 1050 and start loading some ammo too. Shit.
I gotta look to see if they got a M60s with a 1,000-round belt. You just go ahead and print the whole thing out, and there you go.
I'm going to print out about 100 TRs and put them in my front yard. That way they keep the groundhogs away.
And if you're going to print out something, why not print out something badass like 249 SAW or some shit that fucking, who wants a fucking AR? If you got to print it out, make a fucking missile rocket launcher or some cool shit. Anybody can get an AR-15 for hell's sakes. Dumbest shit I ever heard.
Grenade launchers. Yeah, the good stuff.
Exactly. Hell, make some grenades, 3D printed grenades for hell's sake.
Yeah. Holy shit.
These guys aren't thinking big. You got to think big, people. You know
what got you here, Rick?
It's got to wake everybody up. I'm just glad to be back.
Are you drinking Jack Daniels straight from the bottle?
Hey, never mind. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, all right. Just curious.
Oh,
that's all false news, fake news. The bottle says Pure Leaf on it, but we won't get into what's in it for hell's sakes. Yes, it's tea. I'm at work. Boring me.
Okay, all right. I see the helmets behind you now.
See, I don't need to get drunk to get crazy, though. That's the thing. I can drink tea. Ask TR, he knows. I'll catch anybody on fire in a fire pit, and I can drink iced tea the whole time.
Yeah, Rick's not
a drinker. Right, Blue?
I ain't saying Rick wouldn't drink he'll drink a drink, or a beer, but he's not a drinker.
Yep. One beer sends him over the edge. I mean, he was ready to blow people up just trying to mind her own business.
That's right. I did have quite a bit of Crown Royal on this cruise ship, though. I did. The guy's like, another? I didn't even have to show him my little ship card. He's like, I already know it after the first day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Crown Royal is worth it, though.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
All right, Rick, you said you were at work. Was that a plastic straw that I saw in that bottle?
We're not allowed to have those. You can poke a fucking eyeball out, it's California. Actually, in the UK, too, I don't remember where it was, London or some shit, they had these stupid-ass straws. And you can't, because I drink tea, right? So I like to swirl the sugar around because they don't know what sweet tea is over there. And by the time you even get the fucking, the sugar to halfway turn into sweetness, your straw's all broken and turned into a piece of paper. You might as well just stick a sheet of paper in your freaking drink because it's about the same thing. So,
what are they, biodegradable? Is that the answer? Because I heard they were banning or outlawing straws.
No, they're outlawing plastic straws.
Right. Okay, straws. Well, traditional straws. When I say straw, it's plastic. Now, what the fuck are they calling these new things?
Dumb as fuck is what they're calling them. That's what I'm calling them.
They're salt straws. They're made out of high-grade aluminum.
Yeah, you can't poke anybody's eyeball out.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, Rick. I know you don't live in California full time. We'll say you visit. You visit.
I'm a visitor.
There is, I think, from what I understand, there is some misconception, and I've been enjoying the memes on Facebook and playing along, but I know it's not quite true. From what I understand, restaurants just can't give you a straw, but you can ask for one, and it's not illegal to have one. It's just that restaurants can't automatically give you one. Am I correct or am I wrong? That's the way I understood it.
That I don't know.
Okay.
But I've been in California I think I'm on my 4th day. What I did hear is that Starbucks has a paper straw inside of a plastic wrapper.
I've seen the pictures.
So a dumbass straw, right, is inside of a plastic wrapper. So you're going to kill something anyways. I don't know I guess it's to keep it out of the ocean or whatever, but
here's the thing about it, and they based it all off of one story I seen. They based it all off of I don't know if a kid did some kind of testimony in front of a city council, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling. It's about all the plastic in the ocean, which is a terrible, terrible, horrible thing. Don't get me wrong. But that's, freaking China, it's Asian countries and all that. They just dump their shit in the ocean, okay? America, well, even with that, straws make up 0.2 or something percent of the plastic in the ocean. And or maybe even, it's not even 2%. So it must have been 0.2, 0.3% of the plastic in the ocean. And America made up 0.001% of that. So of all the plastic in the ocean, no matter what, if California if America flat out banned plastic straws, period, actually made it illegal to have one, it would have no effect on the ocean.
Yeah. That's the thing.
It was a couple years ago. I remember being in high school, so we're talking like the 90s, that the big thing was those 6-pack beer things. You know what I mean? Like the plastic wrap around beers.
Yeah.
That was the big thing back then. It's always something.
Well, first it was the tabs on the aluminum cans.
Yep.
And then it was the plastic thing. So you had to cut those. And I have seen pictures where, it's choking a turtle or fucking stuck on a porpoise or some bullshit, which isn't good, trust me, but it definitely happens. But I think more shit gets killed by those nets out there than anything, but who am I to say?
Not even just the nets, but I've personally seen this in the Atlantic, where the bags, so when they take on bait, they'll put bait aboard, and they'll put big bags of shrimp or whatever the case is, or squid, and it's all wrapped in plastic. Every single one of those fucking things is wrapped in plastic, cardboard, and carrying on. Most of that plastic, cardboard, goes right overboard. And those plastic gets ate by whales and and other big fish because it looks like something they would eat. Yeah, like a jellyfish or some shit. I don't know. But
anyway, one saying it's not a banned in California. He would know more because he lives here.
What's that? The ban?
Yeah, the straws. I think he's talking about.
They're not banned. Like I said, they're not banned. I think the only thing they actually passed, and it is a like jailable offense or heavy fine. Is this that restaurants cannot automatically give you a straw with your meal? I think they still have them, and you can ask for it, but they can't give it to you.
It sounds like a first step program.
Yeah.
And they have the same thing in the Atlantic provinces in Canada. Now, I don't know how it works, but there you can't get plastic bags in grocery stores, for instance, anymore. So they've banned those, and they've just got paper. Or you bring your own cloth bags or whatever the case is, right? Vinyl or whatever the fuck it is. And here in Ontario, for instance, they have where it's like your straws. So they don't automatically give it to you. And when they do give it to you, you're charged 10 cents a bag. So, I don't know. And that's pretty much everywhere in Ontario now. 10 cents a bag. Okay.
They charge you for the bag.
Right.
I will admit those plastic bags are terrible.
Yeah, they are. What's crazy, though, is I heard a study. So you got the plastic bags, and it burns a certain amount of carbon, all that bullshit. But when they make paper bags, supposedly it burns more carbon to get that process to turn into a bag. So it's like, but those do go in the ocean. They don't erode as fast as paper. Yeah. So they're more impactful. But
well, paper bags are a renewable source. If you want to talk green, paper bags would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And recycling paper is a terrible process. Of all the things we recycle, paper is probably one of the worst things.
Yeah.
Because they dump more freaking chemicals back into the streams and all that from trying to process paper. It would be better to put it in the landfill, let it rot, grow some pine trees or hemp. If you want to get into that, I'm not getting into the hemp thing, but I'm saying hemp, quickly growing pine trees. It's more economically, it's better for the environment to grow trees, make new bags, new boards, and all that than it is recycling the cardboard or paper or whatever. Because they have to bleach it and go through all these chemical processes to recycle the paper.
I've heard the same thing about the truck that comes around just to pick up recyclables. Mm-hmm. The big rig or whatever is picking up all the things from each street and house.
Okay, so let's see if I can get this straight. To be more environmentally safe, friendly, you all need to get the little girl's bike with the basket on the front to carry your groceries. And Rick, the next time you get a paper straw, leave it in the plastic when you stir your tea.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
I knew I liked I knew I liked you for some reason. I couldn't figure it out, but I just figured it out. not to change the subject. We've been talking about plastic straws now for going on 15, 20 minutes.
So are you thinking about getting a plastic wig?
No, this is hilarious. We've all bitched about these kids doing these stupid challenges, getting burned, getting iced, getting whatever, fucking, what is it, condoms up the nose, shit like that. Have you guys seen this new thing? I think it's called the Keke. It's Keke challenge. Have you guys seen that poor son of a bitch that got hit by a car yet?
Yep.
No, tell me how this works.
It's a all right. Basically, the challenge is.
I need to know what the next call going on is.
This is fucking hilarious. The challenge is you get out of the car, you do some dance moves, you jump back into the car. There's plenty of freaking videos of people jumping out of the moving car. They fall down, they do this. But this is absolutely hilarious, and I do not own the rights to this video, nor does TR. So we will get that part out of the way. But this, oh my God, I have never seen anything so funny in my freaking life. So here we go.
What the fuck? You just got knocked the fuck out. Dance in front of a car till you get hit?
Well, the what they're supposed to do is like actually have the car still moving, like you put it in neutral or something like that, where it's still creeping along and you're dancing, and then you jump back in the car. But I've seen this one where a chick was got out and done it, and like somebody was filming from afar, far away, an apartment or something like that, and she's out there dancing, and she drops her pocketbook. And she keeps on, and then some guys on a damn moped stop, grab her pocketbook, and take off. And I've seen several that's run into poles. That I think that's the only one I've seen hit by a car so far. But
that was damn funny. I don't care. I don't care. I saw that, and I about like literally crap myself. I was laughing so hard.
What's that saying where we get rid of the dumb by them being dumb? What's that?
Darwin.
Yeah, but
well, it is. I guess it'd be
self extinction or some shit like that.
It's Mother Nature calling out the idiots.
There you go.
I wonder if that bumper on that car was plastic.
Yeah.
As much as environmentalists want to bet you. If it wasn't for fossil fuels, well, I don't believe they're fossil fuels. I just go ahead and just make that statement. But anyway, petroleum products, you wouldn't have tires on your car, probably 90% of the interior of your car. Some cars, probably 50 to 70% plastic. I'm talking doors, fenders, everything. You definitely wouldn't have a damn cell phone that you could just tote in a pocket because it'd have to be made out of wood, metal, or something. People don't realize how much stuff's made from petroleum.
Yeah. And TR, I mean, we got to have those plastic products because without the plastic products, we wouldn't have the 3D printers to print our ARs.
Yeah.
For sure.
I need a big one. I want a howitzer.
I want to 3D print a tank and cruise around town.
There you go.
I want an F-22 Raptor.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Somebody print me off a Blackhawk, I will give you $30.
That's right. It probably costs 60 in plastic though.
Well, then I'll give you 90.
Perfect.
Yeah, Rick would get
straws.
Shit, right there.
Next to be straws.
just a little bit farther down from that, Firearms 101. Can I print a printer? You can make millions.
Yeah. How many printers you want? You buy one and then make 50,000 of them.
3D printed money.
There you go. Talking about money. It's amazing going to different countries and all that weird shit you got. You're like, this is what? This can't be my change. I feel like I just got raped.
How much did you bring back?
Paper shit. Came back with these stupid ass coins.
Yeah, how much did you bring back?
I had a 20 pound, and then I got some stuff from. I'll show you one. I got one right here. This
we don't want to see it. We just want to know.
This one's cool. Guernsey. Come on. But it was kind of cool. This one was the closest one to an American dollar, so I kept it. So it's pound. No, it's pounds. But it's from Guernsey. So they wouldn't take pounds, and they wouldn't take euros. They had their own money.
Yeah, see, if you guys weren't so damn stubborn, you guys could have had that too. Just saying.
Stubborn? You don't want your damn fucking plastic money.
So would you have to go to some type of exchange site or a bank or something to exchange euros or dollars or whatever you had to their money so you could buy stuff?
Yeah, and the ship, you go down to the 4th floor and you throw in $100 and you get like, depending on where you're going, you get, pounds or euros.
Now you go to the bank in the U.S. and you try to exchange that and get your money back, you're going to end up with maybe $1.50.
Yeah, no, we cashed in our money when we hit London. Right at the airport, they got where you switch them over.
So, I don't know how true this is, but the area next to where I work, they have like a big melting plant and they do steel and stuff. And I was told probably 3 to 5 years ago that they were having semi-loads of Canadian coins that the government disbanded or like they weren't printing anymore. They were shipping them to the United States to be melted down just to put in as like filler for steels and stuff.
It's probably the penny. We discontinued our penny or 1 cent piece. And I did hear that we were sending it like truckloads of it to the United States. And it was just a copper patine that was put on the outside of it by the time they stopped manufacturing it. So, I mean, to get true copper pennies, you'd have to go back and date. So they probably go through with a magnet or some shit and they, and just get all the steel stuff out of it and really recycle it, right?
It's probably the same as American pennies. They're actually zinc and then copper plated.
But I mean, these trucks had like, I don't want to say they were federal escorts because you didn't really see them going through the area, but they definitely had escorts to make sure that they didn't get quote unquote hijacked to take the money back somehow, which I was like, wow, really? We're in BFE, Northwest PA, and this shit's happening here. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know if it was true.
Well, it's useless down there. You guys won't even take a Canadian penny. I mean, if they see it, they won't take it. They go, I'm sorry, I can't accept that. Come on, it's a penny. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But anyway, well, it's millions of dollars, right? So they'd have to see that it was destroyed, just the same as we shred. The paper notes. Shred it company up here. They actually have the contract to shred it.
It's plastic.
Well, ours, look, I don't know if you guys are new or what, but I mean, where polar ice caps are melting, so we made our currency plastic, so it's waterproof. It's just water up here now. This cold white north shit. Yeah, it's not the case anymore. It's basically like water world.
Well, technically, our dollars are not paper. They're more cloth than they are paper.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool to see different money. Some of that stuff's crazy colored.
Yeah, I collect
with
it.
U.S. currency not too long ago that they were going to completely get rid of the U.S. dollar and make it into a coin.
It didn't.
That's what the dumb euros and I don't mean dumb isn't dumb. Just the coin sucks because then you got all these stupid coins in your pocket.
I got $10 and it weighs 5 pounds.
Exactly.
Yeah, lasts longer though, right? And then there's more. I guess it'd be more. Well, no, I suppose not. But your vending machines down there take debit, or are you guys not quite
Yeah.
that far ahead?
Some,
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, we got them at work that take debit.
Oh, we see. Now I haven't seen one of those really. So, so we're a little bit behind. But I
You
don't
guys
know.
are on. Isn't Rocky 4 coming out next month in Canada or some shit like that?
Oh, Hardy, har.
Oh, you just got Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. What do you mean we just get it?
I haven't busted Luke up in a long time. Miss you, buddy.
Yeah, miss you too, sir. What were you saying earlier? A rerun? What the hell's that?
Oh yeah. I don't. No, we don't want to give it away. Got lots of great people out there.
Yeah, Bald's kind of agreeing with you, Rick. He said euros suck. Smallest paper euros are 5, so you always end up with a pocket full of coins.
Yeah, exactly. And what's weird is the 50 pound, the shit for London, is a big old son of a bitch. It's like a half a sheet. It's like probably, let me see. This is no exaggeration either.
Is that a crayon he just got?
Huh? It's that flipping big. There's an 8.5 by 11. When you fold it up in your wallet, you can't. You're like, where the fuck am I gonna put this? Because like, it's nowhere close to it like a normal American dollar.
You got to fold it, crease it, and fold it. And
yeah, and as they get smaller, so there's a 50, a 20, a 10, and a 5. They get smaller. So like, you're like, and this is about, honestly, probably right about the right size. Maybe a hair shorter this way.
Can you imagine
I was like,
the
what
cash
the
registers
fuck do you
look
expect me to put this there? I need a backpack. I got a $50 bill in my pocket.
it gets into the conspiracy about them wanting to do away with paper money. They want everything electronic.
Yeah, I'd say the certainly the coins. I mean, I honestly think that's more likely what the problem is. So, I don't know.
See, and these are smaller than the American dollar.
Yeah, aren't all your currencies different? I mean, as you get higher in denomination. Oh, are they?
We said, hey, let's come up with a really good idea. Let's keep the shit all the same fucking size, so when you put it in your wallet, it's easy to find.
and when they put it in cash registers, all the drawer little slots are the same size.
Bingo!
Hey, what king or queen is on your money?
Shit. We got President Trump right here.
Well, the new money is different colors. It's got different tones of color to it. Hues, I should say.
About time you caught up with us. Shit.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it matches Monopoly money. Their colors.
Hey, next year they got a $3 bill
right
coming
here, $50.
out.
Really?
Yeah, it's
There you
the
go,
rainbow
Luke.
colors.
See, there's some colors.
Yeah, people in America are so fucking stupid that you can order money off of Amazon that clearly states this is not legal tender, movie picture motion money only, and they're still able to pass it at stores.
Yep.
I've seen news stories where somebody was trying to pay for stuff with $2 bills and got the police involved and everything else. They were real $2 bills.
Yeah.
These are fake. They don't make a $2 bill.
My bus driver used to give every kid a $2 bill for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
We had a cool bus driver.
There's certain businesses in Greenville, at least, that all the change they give you is in $2 bills.
TR, you've been hanging out in the wrong places.
I'd like to see the Iraqi money. That'd be cool.
You want some Iraqi? I'll show you some Iraqi money.
Yeah, let me see some of that shit.
All right, hang on. I'll be right back.
Because I sure in the fuck don't want to go there to get some, that's for sure.
Why don't they just use silver and gold? I'll take it all in coins.
Well, I suppose. I mean, shit, they're good at manipulating just about anything nowadays. So you got a point, Daniel. Why don't
Having coins sucks, guys. coins are stupid as shit. They rattle around in your pocket, make a bunch of freaking noise. You can't sneak up on nobody.
You're the only one here whining about having a lot of gold in his pocket.
Let me ask you guys here and in the external chat.
I don't have gold in my pocket.
Silver notes or gold notes still worth anything? Because I had some dumbass at a quick fill the other day gave me change, and I got a $1 silver certificate. Is that still worth anything, or?
Yeah,
it's a collector.
Well, I kept it. I was like, dude, I'm not giving this back to you, but look what you gave me. And I showed it to him. He's like, what's a silver certificate? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is worth $1 in silver, and you're not getting this back.
Yeah, they made those in a lot of different. I have a 10. I think it's a $10 or a $20 one. My mom, before she passed away, used to collect coins and dollar or different bills.
Yeah, I'll give you $2 for it, Blue.
See, and that's I looked up on the internet what it was worth. I put like the serial number in, and I mean it was folded and obviously what happened was some kid raided his grandpa's money stash and didn't realize what he was taking, and probably paid for a fucking Mountain Dew or something for it. And
the person was on their phone and didn't even look at it. They just looked at it and went, yeah.
Yep. They gave it to me as change, and I was like, "You got to be shitting me! This never. I've never even gotten a silver quarter or a dime in my change.
What?
No, I've never. I used to. I'll tell you, for the longest time, I would go to the bank and I would change out $500 for, like, let's say $300 in quarters and $200 in dimes, and I go through every single one of them motherfuckers, and I did that for months and months and months. Never found a single one, so I finally gave up. And the wife's uncle, he does the same thing, and he is constantly getting rolls of nothing but silver dimes, rolls of silver quarters, and it's like, what the fuck?
You got no luck, Blue. Sorry, buddy.
I know. I'd be just finding one, and he's getting whole.
I got a jar of them, just for over the years. You know, they're easy to spot too. It's like. They kind of just say hi to you while they're all sitting there.
Now, Blue, was you going to the newer banks or old banks?
Oh no, it's a Northwest Savings Bank. I mean, they're
the building was it?
But I mean, basically, what, like, let's say you go to the bank and you turn in, like, you roll your own coins. You know, you turn those in. They don't like check them. They just write your name on it. And then if I needed $10 because we're having a yard sale, they give me what you just turned in.
All right, Rick, here you go. This is a Saudi Arabian, I think it was Rael or Raul. I don't know how you can see it there, Rael. It was about 30 cents back in the 90s, but that was her king or prince or some shit. But here's a Iraqi 25 dinars. What's the
Is it bigger?
Huh?
Is it bigger?
Yeah, it's bigger. Well, this one was Saudi Arabian, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that was how that 50 was. That's cool.
And this money, you know how now our money has like a little thin strip. If it's a 10, if you hold up light, you actually, it says 10. These, I don't know, it ain't gonna show up. Let's see. Anyway, it's got a strip in it too, but it's supposed to be a strip of silver.
Oh wow.
Was what I was told. Let me see if I shine a light through it, if it'll show up.
Oh, Chris says that's the old dinar or whatever it's called.
Yeah, well, it's got Saddam Hussein. Okay, there you can kind of see the strip right there. Let me turn this down. Anyway, there it is. Yeah, well, hell, of course, Saddam's not on their money anymore, but Nell's got it too somewhere. I think I can see it right there. Anyway, there you go. That's the only Iraqi money I got, that one bill.
That's cool. Thanks for that. You can see the shock and awe.
I think this is just a personal. I think, which would help with some of our terrorist problem stuff. Instead of that little strip being, you saying 10 or 25, I think we should put embed bacon, put a bacon strip inside our money, and back our money with bacon.
That'd be good. I'll second the motion. All in favor?
I don't know. You're not going to get no oil.
I don't know, man. I think there's pork belly stocks out there, and since stock sort of run the money, you're kind of already there. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got the petrodollar. It might be time to change over to the swine dollar or pig dollar, whatever you want to call it, bacon dollar.
The Canadian bacon dollar. Let's get into it with Canada. Let's partner up.
We'll have a currency war with Canadian bacon versus American bacon.
Well, instead of barrels of oil, we'll have barrels of bacon juice.
And it's a renewable resource.
Hell yeah. You can freaking lube up your AK with that shit.
Instead of oil, just switch over to bacon grease. Oh, and for cooling needs, you can maybe get into maple syrup. I don't know.
Can we put some of that bacon grease into 3D printers and make us a gun?
Hell yeah.
Shoot bacon bullets.
Be the best lube plastic gun I ever saw.
Yeah, self-lubing.
Yeah. Just stepped out of the garage to piss and there was a snake.
Oh, I fucking hate snake. If my mic would not have been on mute, you would have heard me fucking scream.
Like
it was only about like a 12-inch, I don't know what, because it slithered away too quick. But damn,
that's 12 inches. Wow, your wife's a lucky woman, probably.
No, yeah. Well, if she gets a hold of that snake, she'll be a lucky woman.
I had a big black snake in my old truck, my old gray truck. A couple weeks ago. I opened the door to get something, and it was coiled up in the passenger seat. I mean, it wasn't huge, but I mean, it was a pretty long one. And I just kind of looked at it, and I'm like, well, damn. I wasn't getting in it to go anywhere, but I wasn't scared of it. This is a damn black snake. But I was thinking about grabbing it and throwing it under the house. It's like, we get to keep rats away. And then he slithered off, and I was like, fuck, where did he go?
Oh, what sucks is my wife saw one of those black snakes climb a tree. Because before, like living in California, I always looked down and in the rocks and shit. Now she's like, I gotta look everywhere.
Do you ever find a black, on your gas tank cover on your car or truck? You ever find a black snake or something curled up around there inside of it?
The gas cover?
Yeah, underneath the gas cover. Where your gas lid is and all that. You ever find a snake in there?
You need to stop.
Yeah.
The people where I work, the people used to find them there all the time. I don't know why.
I'll tell you this. I got to go off on a quick story. I don't think that this is a yes, and actually, Fuzz Fork, my kids leave snakes fucking everywhere to get me to fucking yell. Yes, they do. But the one day I had court at it was like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. So by the time I got home, it was about 1. So I pull in the garage, and the cruiser used to be over on this side in the old chat. You guys saw it. But back in the corner, I have some cornhole boards, and I put like a piece of plywood on top just to make a little shelf. And I pull in the garage, and I open my door, and I shut the driver door, and I go to reach for the back door to let the dog out. And as I'm reaching, I look on the little shelf, and there's like a 3-foot fucking black snake on top of this fucking thing. And it's not coiled. It's just all spread out, and it's looking right the fuck at me. Well, I scream like a bitch, and I'm old and fat. I'll tell you what, I could have some sweet fucking ninja moves because I like backward flip, cartwheel to the front of the fucking cruiser. And I'm standing here staring back here where the snake's at. And I'm like, fuck, how am I going to get out of the garage? That fucking snake is there. And I mean, I'm in full uniform. I got gun. I got everything. And I'm like, I'm literally in a panic. So I get my cell phone out and I call the house. I'm like, hun, you need to get the fuck out to the garage. There's a huge fucking snake and I can't get out of the garage. So she comes out and she's standing there and she's like, where is it? And I'm pointing and she's like, open the other fucking garage door and walk out. I was so fucking focused on this fucking snake, I couldn't move. And so what I ended up doing was probably the dumbest thing ever. The kid's BB gun is over here. So I grabbed it, and it's the old 10 pump Daisy. Boom, boom, pumped it up 10 times, put it right up to its fucking head and shot it. It fucking coiled up and slithered into my wood pile. So now I've got a dilemma that there's a big ass black snake in my garage. So I'm like, fuck it. It's going to die. I'm going to go mow. So I pull the lawnmower out and I go mow for maybe an hour, hour and a half. And I come back in. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start moving all those boards. And there's quite a bit of lumber over there. It's quite a bit. So I start taking each, because I'm terrified of snakes. I mean, you have to picture me in fear, taking each board, lifting it up, looking, grabbing it, moving it. And there's probably 50 fucking boards over there. So an hour later, I'm down to the last fucking board in the pile. I pick up that fucking board, and that snake is still alive underneath that fucking board. And I grab the fucking shovel, and I'm like, boo! And I'm just fucking, I'm going to town on this bitch. And finally, I do end up, I don't want to say killing it, because it may be illegal in PA, but I scared it enough to where it was never going to come back. And that was the end of that black snake. So maybe.
So, wait. Let me wrap this up for you. So the point of the story is you got scared like a little bitch, so you called your wife to save you.
Yeah, I did. So then, like a week later, it's raining. I've got a day off. I'm like, fuck, I got to do something. So I come out to the garage and I'm like, you know, I'm going to rewire my outside lights, because my outside lights were on 2 different timers. So one would come on, and then like a minute and a half later, the other one would come on, and I didn't like that. So I wired them both to one switch, and I'm running the wires and I'm tacking it up above everything. And like above your, like where your garage door is, like you have the big board, and then there's like a little gap, and then like your rafters sit on top of it. There's another fucking black snake in there fucking coiled up. I was like, motherfucker, I hate these things, because I never knew that they travel in pairs, apparently, but they travel in pairs. So I get up on my ladder, and I got my shovel, and this gap is only 2 to 3 inches, roughly. It's not very deep. So I got this shovel, and I spear this bastard. I miss it completely, except for the very end of its tail. This fucking snake come flying out the shovel right at me, and it's pinned so it stops. So now I am on the ladder with the shovel above my head, holding this fucking snake, which is coming at me down the shovel. I'm fucking sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there. An hour later, the wife finally comes out to make sure I didn't electrocute myself, and I'm still standing like this because I can't let go of this fucking shovel, because if I do, it's going to travel down and get me. And she ended up taking care of that one for me too. But fuck, I hate snakes.
Why didn't you drop the shovel?
Dude, because it would have traveled down and got me.
Just drop it and run.
No, I was there for an hour like this with a shovel above my head. I was not moving. Oh my God.
Wait. I paint really fast, so I'm trying to paint a picture in my head. Now, granted, I'm kind of with Rick on this. I can only paint so fast, so that was a quick story. So my pictures, I just want to know why in my painting you're wearing a pink tutu. That's anyway.
Oh, I was. I'm a bitch when it comes to snakes.
So
TR, I need to ask Blue if they do ride-alongs in his precinct. Do you, or yes or no?
In Hillary Clinton's words, I'd like to plead the fifth.
Okay, so they do. Okay, I want to do a ride along with you, and all I want is a snake and a camera, and I'm going to get you kiki dancing.
I was just going to say, public announcement for anybody that lives in PA, just in case Blue happens to be the one that pulls you over, always have a fake rubber snake in the passenger seat. So when you pull over and stop and roll the window,
like, oh, fuck it, never mind. Have a good day.
Just toss it out and let it land right beside your door. He'll just go. All right, slow down.
Slow down, be good. Drive safe.
No, and actually, the people that I work with are assholes as well, because they've done that. Like the desk that I usually sit at, they've in the past they've put a rubber snake coiled up on it, and I pulled the chair out to sit in it, and it's sitting there, and the chair ends up across the fucking room, and I end up running out. And then one asshole, oh, what an asshole, put the rubber snake beside the toilet so that whenever you sit down to take a shit, you're not really paying attention to where you sit down. But as you're looking at your phone or whatever, you kind of get that peripheral off to your left. And all I saw was the fucking head sticking out.
You're going to kill us all.
Oh, that is not fun. Oh, I hate snakes, dude. I the other day, whenever we were out here having a chat, like underneath the workbench that the computer sits on, I have some totes with like, you know, painting supplies, and the other one has electrical supplies. Well, the wife put some it's not what she used it for, but like, you know how like you clean the toilets and you got those big rubber gloves that go from here to here and they're real thick. She had 2 of those laying down there, and I just like, I went like this and I put my hand down like kind of in between my legs, and my fucking finger brushed off of that top of that rubber glove, and I thought it was a fucking, I can't believe you guys didn't see it, because I fucking bailed off the back of the fucking chair. Oh, it was bad.
I was going to bring this up, but Big L already did, especially for those of you that, like Blue, that have a lot of snakes in the area. They like to get in between the bed springs and the mattress stuff. It's crazy. I've only seen that happen twice in my life.
I don't know if they do it up north, but for real, I've seen it as a child in a Tool Monkey. He had it happen the other day. Black snakes, I don't know what it is. I ain't saying they do it all the time, but evidently semi-often. They're bad to go, especially, I don't know. Anyway, somehow go up your door and go around the doorknob and just be like draped over the doorknob. I seen it as a child, and like I said, Tool Monkey, it happened to him about a month ago. So you go and reach for a doorknob, and there's a big freaking black snake, which really can't hurt you, but it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an apartment complex, and I got called to a med call the one day, and God love my people that live in apartment complexes. If you happen to be watching this, I love y'all, but it is your stereotypical white trash type deal. And this dude is having a heart attack. He's out front having a heart attack, and all of a sudden somebody lets out this fucking scream, and they're like, "It's a snake!" And sure as shit, it's a 3 to 4 foot black snake. And around, I mean, they're fucking big. This fucking black snake is climbing up the side of their building because it has like, I don't want to call it rock, but it's like that fake rock outside where it's kind of, it almost looks like a wall climb that the professionals do. This fucking snake was crawling up the side of this fucking apartment complex and slithered in through a hole where the soffit and fascia was, and went into what the attic or whatever you call it. And I was like, oh fuck no.
That's where the mice are at. That's where the mice are at. Oh. What's crazy, I seen one of those carrying a freaking plastic straw one time. I thought I was going to shit myself.
The horror.
It was the horror. I'm like, you better not choke one of them fishes.
And I do, just for complete disclosure, since I've been going on this rant about snakes, I know where my fear came from, so I don't need counseling or anything, because I was like in first grade, and, you know, rural area, our bus stop was the next yard over, so we cut through the neighbor's yard to get to our bus stop. We get home from school, and there's us 3 boys, my youngest brother, and then EMT rail fan, and my mom screams out the door, "Run, there's a snake in the yard." So we, you know, being young, we just run, get in the house. And this, again, big fucking black snake crawled underneath our front porch. And my dad took care of it, and he's out, and we're all taking pictures with this black snake. It's no longer living, and he throws it around my neck. That is where my fear, that is where my fear for snakes came from, and I know that's where it came from.
Yeah, here in Canada, though, just what you just said before you started with that explanation was that you know where it comes from. You don't need counseling. There is a shit ton of Canadians that are looking down there going, "I'm not so sure that you're fixed yet. You probably should go back a little bit more because I think you still have a problem there." Just saying,
like a refresher class,
right? Yeah, refresher class. It's all good. It's all good.
You gotta get your certificate
Definitely still have some issues. Who was that?
I-
Calm's Prepper? Was that Calm's Prepper that used to do the videos with the copperheads on his cement slab? I couldn't even watch them. I was like, fuck no, nope.
Yeah,
I don't like shit that bites.
we have
I don't like stuff.
three poisonous snakes in the South, or at least in South Carolina, probably North Carolina, Georgia too, maybe Tennessee. The three that I know of is water moccasins, also known as cottonmouth, copperhead, and rattlers. I guess they're eastern diamondback rattlers. You don't see rattlesnakes too much, but they are here. I have seen them. Copperheads is probably your most populated poisonous snake we have.
Yeah, no rattle, fucking bullshit.
They don't get very long, but man, they get big
They're
around.
fat.
They get fat.
Luckily, I haven't run into any of those yet.
And I think it's Frank mentioned earlier, water moccasin or cottonmouth, they'll chase you. And I have, as a child, have one chase me up a creek. I was running the creek, and that damn son of a bitch was chasing me. I don't know if it meant to be chasing me or if I scared it so bad it just went the same way I did. Maybe it thought, hey, he's running. Maybe I should run too. I don't know.
Shit, there's danger. Follow this guy. He knows where he's going. But I've seen videos of, I think it's black snakes that are killing rattlers and copperheads, and that's why I feel so bad. But I mean, there ain't a fucking person that can't agree with me that if you're out working in the garage, you don't want a fucking 3-foot snake dropping from the fucking rafters on you.
No, I don't. I can agree with you there. I don't want that. But then I don't want a spider the size of a quarter landing on my shoulder neither. So since we're all coming to the confession table here, I'm not going on that.
I don't mind spiders. That's probably my biggest little thing that gives me the willies or whatever. But the only two spiders that really hurt you in South Carolina is black widows and brown lacrosse, whatever they are.
Recluse.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily build webs and in the web. They'll be under rocks, under a board, under leaves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you run into a spider web, like you said, Blue, because we got those ones, and right now they're out. It's the season. Big, gnarly looking son of a bitches, and they sit right in the middle of the web, and they'll build them where they're like right at head height. So anytime I run into a web, I turn into a ninja. Knowing it probably can't hurt me, it still just bugs. It just gives me that eerie feeling, like son of a bitch.
Blue,
Well,
Blue,
all right.
do not look at the side chat. There's a snake in the side chat.
There it is.
Boom.
Cobra. Cobra.
Yeah, I don't understand these motherfuckers that live where, because there's been videos where like cobras come into villages, and the villagers, they get water and they go up to the cobra and they're dumping the water out, and the cobra's fucking lapping it up. It's like, nope, kill that bitch. It's gonna kill one of your child. It's gonna kill an infant. Just get rid of it.
That's the ones where the little kids are like picking them up like pets and shit. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no.
That's bad parenting. That's just bad parenting right there.
Yeah.
They're so overpopulated in India. They probably like, we got too many of these damn little things running around anyway. We're making too many.
About the kids or the snakes?
Go play with, instead of telling the kids to go play in the street, they say go play with that snake.
Go play that snake. Wrestle that thing. Put it in a headlock.
Yeah, I never thought about that. We all have our cultures, don't we?
Fuck yeah.
My culture does not include, hey kids, go into the rice paddies, dig in the mud until you feel something slithering, and pull it out and put it in a fucking bag and hope you don't get bit at the age of 8.
Yeah, when you're excited your kid lived to be 14, that's pretty sad. Yeah, the deadly snakes live in DC. Well done, Fuzzy.
If you're faster than the snake, you can beat the snake. We used to go down the creeks with just those metal coffee cans and try to put them over the top of snakes, and they would just dig under the mud underneath and then start coming at you. And it was just a game.
Just you even just saying that, I'm fucking like the uncontrollable and nothing against mental.
Do you want me to call your wife? Help you out?
I call them retard jakes, like have no control over it. I mean, literally, I'm like, oh God.
This is like, I mean, we was camping in the desert once, and this is my first tour in the Navy. And all of a sudden, here comes a whole bunch of kids, 5 through 12, and they got a box, and they're all staring into the box and being real quiet. And all the dads there were just rather drinking our beer. It's like they're up to no good. Hey, what's in the box? You gotta go, what's in the box, kids? A rattler.
This is CZ.
No, a rattler. A rattler.
What's in the box?
You go, a rattler. And then one guy goes, yeah, right. And one of the other dads, he just walks up, looks at it. No, it's a rattler. It's about a 6-footer. It was alive.
Nope. It comes
Hey,
down.
Blue, am I going to see you anytime this year? Blue?
I'm sorry, what?
Am I going to see you anytime this year?
I'm going to say no. This year is out, definitely. Unfortunately, I wish it would happen, but it's going to be a no, so you're going to have to remember this phobia for another year.
Gotcha.
So the joke's on you, dick.
That's not true, because I can mail you some.
What's in the box?
One of those things where you open the lid of the box and the fucking snake comes out because it's tied.
Yep. Yeah, that might happen. That just might happen.
Oh my God. So Colorado Biker Prepper, he sends me a care package. And in this care package, it's got this flat envelope. And it says, caution, rattlesnake eggs, right? Keep out of keep in a cool, dark place. And so I'm like, I don't really understand what the hell this is all about. Then I realized what it was. And so then when I realized what it was and I figured it out, I said, here, look at it, honey. I said, Colorado Biker Prepper said this. And I said, I can actually hear them inside. I said, they're actually moving, right? And she goes, shut up. And I said, no, I'm serious. Check. And she's like, what? She's listening. She's like, she goes, you're on crack, right? And she goes, and she opens it up. And when she opens it, the thing starts rattling in her hands like uncontrollably, right? Well, fuck. The envelope goes up in the air. She's shit scared right out of her. And it's just this metal contraption with an elastic. And you wind it up inside and you put it in there and you keep it flat. When you open up the envelope, the little brown envelope, pop it, it releases. And it goes, Drrr. Man, dude, I shouldn't have said it because somebody could have gave it to you. That'd have been great.
Oh, we have every petting zoo you go to, they have those. It's like a rubber band with a washer. Yeah, we have it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're familiar with it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, but it's a great joke if nobody's ever seen them before.
Oh yeah. I got the kids. Oh, that's great. Neighbor, God rest her heart. But yeah.
Blue's no longer taking packages.
He'll have his bomb squad open all his mail from now on. What's in the box? And there'll be a robot out there.
Blue, are you the one that usually opens the mailbox at your house?
No, I am not.
I can see it. Bringing you the box and go, okay, so we've confirmed that it wasn't a ticking, it was a rattling, and the snake is dead now.
Even though I hate snakes so fucking bad, how many of you guys have ran over a ground hornet nest while you're mowing the lawn?
Not me.
Oh, yeah, fuck. You better pray to God. There's nothing worse than that.
What, like a bee hornet, like a wasp? You're talking about?
Yeah, like they're hornets. They build nests in the ground, and usually they have 2 exit points, and like out of the ground. And you run over them with the first pass. Usually you're okay, but whenever you come back around for the next swipe, you get the fuck nailed out of you.
Wow, never heard of it.
Yeah, Blue last year.
Did they bite you or sting you? Because they're like a yellow jacket or a stinger.
They sting you.
Yellow jacket. We just call them ground hornets.
We have these meat bees that they don't have a stinger. They have like pinchers.
Okay, Blue, last year I was digging up my potatoes, and guess what kind of nest was in one of the rows of down in there in the potatoes?
Nope.
I dug up the whole nest.
Yep, and you can't run fast enough.
And you can't spot them all.
No.
Well, supposedly they will. Now, this is what I read or seen. Well, I can't say the average. Technically, you should be able to outrun a bee, and they usually will only go a quarter mile. So if you can run really fast for a quarter mile,
I'm dead.
I mean, you may get hit till you get up to full speed, but if you get up to full speed, they're not supposed to be able to chase you down.
Mm-hmm.
So if the pond is 50 yards waiting on your butt.
Do what?
So if the pond is 50 yards away and you go jumping in the pond to get away from them, the bees are going to be waiting on you.
Yeah, maybe.
I heard that.
Yeah, Blue's got his wife out there taking care of that snake.
We got mud wasps, and I ran into one of those at the side of a pond fishing for bass. And I had a bass on, and I'm holding with one arm going down like this, and I put my foot down. And when I put my foot down, right into the nest. And holy shit, did I get stung. The upside is I still had the bass.
Nice.
Yeah, but I was stung pretty bad. It wasn't worth it. Should have dropped this shit. Oh, it was terrible.
I would have yard sailed it.
Well, it's not a real good story, but anyway. Okay, just relate this to the bees. Y'all probably seen where I'm up on top of the silos at work. I've done a couple of videos from up there. And anyway, just a small part of my job, but I got to go up there every once in a while. But wasps are bad about building nests up the ladder. So as you're climbing up the ladder, you got to deal with a wasp nest because it tiers up. It's like 2 tiers. You go up 35 feet, there's a tier. You switch to another ladder, and then you switch to another ladder. And I went up there the other day, and sure enough, at the first little tier, there's a wasp nest, probably about that big around, full. So I needed a wasp spray to kill them because I got to pass within inches of it. So I'd rather them be dead when I get there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then sure enough on the second one, and at that point, I'm over 50 foot in the air. Another wasp nest. I had to get within like this far from it because it was behind the beam. But I still had, once I got up the ladder, I was going to be stepping on the platform, shaking it and all that. So I had to, reach around the beam and squirt it. Anyway, so I do it early in the morning in case they are there. They're not very active. But so I ran out of the wasp killer and I ordered a case of spray, hornet and wasp killer. And they made a big deal of it at work. It's like, oh, we can't have this chemical in the plant and blah, blah, blah. We got Terminex. They'll take care of that. And we're like, Terminex is not climbing the 65-foot tower to spray our fucking nest. What the fuck are you talking about? Can't have this chemical in the plant. Corporate life, man. It fuckers are ignorant as fuck.
Did they end up doing it?
I told them, I said, I don't give a damn if they want it or not. If they don't want it in the plant, I'll put it in my locker. They don't have to know about it. They're not the one that had to climb that fucking ladder and fight off fucking wasps.
Yeah, no shit.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say, fuck, well, I'm going up there with the cans, and you buy them or you don't buy them. That's how it's going to work, and good luck at the write-up.
Yeah, if I can't have it, your ass will climb the ladder. Whoever is the last person that says, yes, we will not have this in the plant, that motherfucker can climb that tower or silo.
TR, if the wife, she's sitting back here, she just pointed out that if I worked for your company, I'd be dead. Because I would have fucking bailed off the side of that ladder so quick that
it's weird. You climb up, I'm climbing up, and these wasps are a little different than what I'm actually used to. Because they actually got little yellow and black bands on them, like kind of like a yellow jacket. But they're not yellow jackets; they're wasps. I don't know what kind they are. But as you get near them, as long as I'm kind of steady and quiet, they'll literally like hike up like a cat, and their wings start kind of like fluttering, like they're just getting ready to pounce. And it's like, oh fuck!
Black and yellow bands. That sounds like a hornet.
Yeah, that's a hornet.
Well, it could be. There's what I consider a hornet looks different than these. These look like a wasp, but they just got the yellow and black colors on them. What I consider a hornet, the ones that build the big paper cones, they're really fat and they're yellow and black as well, but they're almost like hairy and much bigger. These I've run across are real skinny, you know, like a normal wasp.
Usually our hornets are like black and white.
Well, maybe a little bit more black and white, yeah.
Black. Well, it's looking like a black and yellow. The other ones are yellow and black. So
yeah.
Black
Anyway, whatever it is, it looked like it would fuck me up if 15 of them attacked me, because when you're 35 to 65 foot off the ground, there's nowhere to run.
Yeah. There's no freaking out, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not sure where the fuck I'm getting a free hand at 50 feet up to spray anything. Quite frankly, I think I'm with Blue on that one. You know, my question is who's bringing Rick over with the fucking fire truck to get my ass down after I get up there? Because I don't know.
Best way to get rid of those is a 12 gauge shotgun.
What a fire hose! Just fire hose that bad girl up there. Just, there it is.
That's not fun. Shoot that thing. I did see a video of somebody doing that shit. One of those big old. I heard those wasp nests. Is it one of the paper wasp nests?
Yeah, just exposed, open.
And it was way up there. See, I've heard that you can calculate how heavy your winters are going to be by the height of some of those nests, I guess.
They build a nest. What I have to do when I climb those silos is I have to check. We got a mesh screen over the vent. So like when they're filling them up, it's got to have an exhaust because they're blowing air into them. So they got to have an exhaust to get rid of, you know, let it go in there. So we get these metal screens. Well, they get filled with dust from those plastic pellets. And I have to go up there and clean them out once a month. Just, you know, take them off, beat them out, and stick them back on. And the big lids, I mean, they're like this big around the vent. When I flip it over, I mean, they build a nest up there, 65 foot in the air. But I did look it up. It has to do with mating, and they go high as they can. So they kind of get in trees and stuff. So somewhere they get as high as they can to give off their pheromones or whatever it is, but they still need something to land on, I guess, to rest or whatever. So like the towers just act like a big tree to them. So they'll be up there. I'll be up there doing my thing, and there's fucking wasps just fucking flying around my head. They're not aggressive. They're just there, you know. But if there's a nest with a bunch of them on it and I got to spray, I'm going to kill them.
Yeah. I wouldn't take the chance. Not me.
Well, if they're that far up, my whole theory on that I heard was about the winter deal is completely bullshit, I guess.
Wise tale.
Wise tale. Or maybe you're going to get a shit ton of snow in old South Crack.
Well, that may be it too.
I should disconnect my camera from here and take you guys back out the door and show you the big ass spider.
Let's do it. Come on.
You want to do it? We'll do it. You won't be able to hear me.
Make sure your wife's there to save you in case something happens.
Dick. All right.
I so hope she throws that snake at you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way to mail him about 300 black snakes.
Oh man, I was a terrorist with the snakes growing up.
Try it over on this one.
We got a light.
Oh, there it is.
Still light.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck. That instantly gave me shivers. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's a big fat son of a bitch right there.
Pick it up.
Turn a light on.
I'll give you $5 if you eat it right now.
That's exactly the ones I was talking about that build their nest and sit right in the middle of it, and they look evil as hell. I don't think they can hurt you, but they look like they could rip your head off.
Oh, look at him. He's looking like he's petting his... What the fuck, Blue?
He's gonna eat it. Come on, Blue, eat it.
It's Spiders are our friends, Truth Free said.
Yeah.
They are. They eat bugs. They're still scary, though. You know, I don't mind spiders, but them tarantulas, those things can jump like 685 feet.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, spiders don't fucking bother me unless they're those big ass, I call them wolf spiders, to where they're like 5 inches in diameter and they kind of jump whenever you try to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, those look scary too. We got those. You know, leg span. If you count their leg span, they're like that big around.
We got some that are this big, and they jump. They're little gray ones.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't like those ones either. So
they are fast as fuck.
And I'm not going to be picking up crickets or grasshoppers. It's just not. No, their little claws on the bottom, they grip on me, and I don't like that. So,
well, once the spider gets to the point to where you're over the phase of you're past the point of stepping on it, and you start pulling the gun. Yeah, I don't like those kind. It's like if it's too big to even put your foot near it, and you're gonna pull a gun on it. Yeah, I don't need.
You talking about those? What are they? Iraqi banana spiders or whatever?
Tarantula.
Those spiders.
You're thinking of the camel spiders, Rick.
Camel spiders. Holy shit. That would be my worst fucking nightmare. You would see nothing but me with straps of bandolier shotgun shells. There'd be more weight in shotgun shells than I can actually carry. I would just lay in a big pool of shotgun shells if those things were out.
Yeah, they'd be sitting there saying, what are you going to do? You just sleep with these? No, I'm just going to wear this as long as it takes for the bus to get here.
Every time I see one, at least 5-6 rounds. Seriously, those things are huge.
Hey, Rick, I only lasted 3 days out there in Saudi before I had to go see the skipper and give him every plastic spider that was in the command. People would be waking up plastic spiders on their chest.
Yeah, see, I've been the same as Blue with snakes. Like, if there's a spider that big that could basically lift your hand up to shake, like, no. I wouldn't even, I could seriously be in the middle of combat and I could give a fuck less about bullets flying by me because I'd be so worried about these fucking spiders. I'd be like, no. You guys take care of the bad guys. I want to make sure all these spiders are
dead. You be point for the squad for enemy, and I'll be point for the camel spiders.
Exactly. Those things are monsters.
I seen two. Grenade.
That's right.
Yeah, there's one on your back. Don't move. No,
Yeah.
You just trust me. I've done this before.
I'll shoot it off your shoulder. Ugh. All right, now no one's gonna sleep. Might as well talk about Jaws and sharks and shit, so we can make sure we kill everybody's sleep tonight.
All right. Well, I think. Okay, we'll change the subject. Totally change the subject. We're getting off insects and spiders and shit. I think I touched on it last week. Did I? About the Hawaii Supreme Court ruling on open carry.
Ninth Circuit.
Did we talk about that?
I don't think we did.
I don't know.
All right. I know if you're on Facebook, you've probably seen all the people posting stories about it. The only thing the Supreme Court ruled on, they didn't rule that it's constitutional to open carry. They ruled on Hawaii had to do a shower. I think we did because I remember SoCal mentioning it. They had to accept his application for a permit. Unless they found something illegal, like they shall issue him a open gun permit as long as he passed all the tests and background check and all that. It didn't say you could flat out open carry just because of the Constitution. Just so if anybody misunderstood that, because I've seen people jumping for joy, posting on Facebook, oh, look, we can open carry now. No, the fuck you can't.
You're saying you need a permit to open carry?
In Hawaii, what they had done is they denied this guy his permit to open carry. Evidently, you could get a open carry permit in Hawaii, but it was like a may issue instead of a shall issue. Like in South Carolina, it's shall issue. Thinking it's the same in North Carolina, but you can open carry in North Carolina. You can't in South Carolina. But in Hawaii, evidently they have a open carry permit. But what it was is, okay, yeah, we have the permit process, but we're not going to issue them to anybody. So he sued or took it to all the way up to a certain level of Supreme Court circuit, and they overturned the police's stance that saying, no, he has a constitutional right to open carry, so you shall issue him a permit if he passes blah, 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 blah. Same thing with California. I heard it's really hard to get a permit in California because it's more of a may issue and then instead of a shall issue.
Yeah, it depends on the county.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it is up here. It's may issue, I guess. I mean, you go through all the background checks, and and they do an extensive background check. I mean, it's not that. Well, it is. It's thorough, I suppose. It's more thorough to to get other background checks. I can assure you that. So, I don't know.
I'm just getting spun up because down here in the U.S., we got this thing called the Second Amendment where I don't need a may issue or shall issue. It's supposed to be my constitutional right.
I 100% agree with you. I do. But unfortunately, we got a bunch of fucked up laws.
It's called revenue enhancement.
Yeah.
Again, as a Canadian, I certainly respect you folks down there for having that Second Amendment, and I mean, it's great, but I always say it looks as though, just from my perspective, that they're just slowly chiseling away at it, that slow boil, like you say, because it also says that you have the right to defend yourself, against a tyrannical government. So it also promotes that one question. So when isn't a government tyrannical exactly? And when do you act? What's that? No, you've gone too far. What is it? I don't know.
Well, there's some states in the United States where you don't have the right to defend yourself. You get into some of your northern cities and stuff, or northern states, and you have a duty to retreat. If you can run, if you can hide or whatever, you may be able to use deadly force or defend yourself, but you have to be backed into a corner and be able to prove that you didn't have any choice but to fight back. Luckily in South Carolina, I have stand your ground. I have no duty to retreat. I can be on the sidewalk out in downtown Greenville. I have no duty to retreat. Just because I can run, I don't have to. I can stand my ground no matter where I'm at in this state.
Which, TR, that brings up a good topic point, because just in Florida within the last 2 weeks, I think it was, there was a dispute over a handicap parking zone where an older fella was shoved down to the ground, and from the ground, he drew and shot the dude in the chest in front of his girlfriend and child, I believe, and he ended up dying. Yeah. That's a wishy-washy one for me. The guy did not continue the attack. He did not come after the guy. He literally shoved him to the ground. To me, it looked like that was it. But if you're a 60-year-old disabled person and you get into an argument over a handicap parking spot and I don't remember how old the guy was, but let's just say he was 30, shoves your ass to the ground, you being 68 already handicapped, do you fear your life is in danger? I mean, damn.
Yeah, he pushed the envelope on that one. I seen the video on it and seen the story, and he definitely pushed the envelope. I see it both ways, but he was kind of in the wrong, in my opinion. But at the point it escalated where the guy come out and shoved him down. And I guess the point would be, well, I can't wait to see if he comes back after me. He's still cussing me out. He's still yelling. But that was pushing it. It's wishy-washy. I agree 100%.
Breaking a hip is life-threatening.
Yeah. And Blue, what hypothetically, say you're a 68-year-old woman and you catch that your 68-year-old husband has been buying porn. Now, if she stands her ground and shoots him, should she get, she be set free?
Apparently not, because she's in jail.
Did your order come in?
No, this actually happened in Alabama. I don't have the story pulled up. I actually have the YouTube video and pulled up, but apparently it was like 65 years old and 68 years old, but the husband bought porn and the wife got pissed and shot and killed him, and she is in jail as far as I know.
Oh, that's real?
No, that was a real story, yes.
Wow. So he needed to buy her some porn too, then. That's basically what happened on that.
Either that or watch the fucking porn together and have fun.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But, I mean, shit, I mean, it was not even a month ago. There was a 90-year-old that the son was like 70-something, and he couldn't take care of her anymore and was going to put her into a nursing home, and she shot him dead because her son was going to put him into the nursing home. And apparently during her confession or whatever, she said, hey, I brought him into this world and I took him out because he was going to take my freedoms away from me, my life away from me. I mean, it's, yeah.
What happened on that
one? Don't trust your mom. I don't know what happened with that one. I just saw the initial reports.
They'd be like, you have death. All week of it.
She got off on the technicality, right? The judge looked at it and said, did you feel that your life was threatened? And she said, yes, absolutely. As I just articulated to the officer of the confession, he was getting ready to threaten my way of life, and I shot him.
And that's a real story. And somebody put up something in the external about me laughing about people getting hurt. I don't laugh about people getting hurt. I laugh about people doing dumb shit that get hurt. With this Kiki challenge, these idiots getting out of their car on freeways or roads and dancing.
You're a fucking idiot.
Those people that jump out of their cars, I guarantee you that the other driver is not at fault, and the other person, if a citation or something was issued, they'd be the one getting issued the citation. However, the government is allowing these assholes to block roads and block streets, and people drive slowly through them and they're getting arrested. So where is the, fuck it. If jaywalking is illegal, getting out of your car in the middle of the street's illegal in one state for doing the Kiki challenge, it's illegal for fucking blocking the roads all across the country.
That must have been up there, ways. I couldn't find it on the comments.
Well, I just want to put it out there that I don't laugh at people getting hurt. I laugh at stupid people getting hurt.
I'll second that.
I concur.
Maybe I just read up to the first period and stopped. I do that sometimes.
No, this person either doesn't know us or has got their head stuffed up their ass. If they actually really knew us, you know what I mean? They've been watching it and knew what maybe half of us do for our fucking jobs or have done on our jobs. Actually, every one of us on here have served in some capacity to keep people safe. So, like, oh my God, grow up.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
it is. So, I said, like, there's nothing I can do for those people. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah, fuck, it is. But geez, we're bombarded by that shit every fucking minute of every day, especially if you let it bombard you. Social media is taking place with that. I mean, they're on the radio today talking about the fact that, well, what's going on with use, right? We're going to surpass our old record, right? For the amount of firearms that have killed somebody in Canada. We're already beating the record at this point. My point is this. And they're saying, well, we have to get tighter gun controls. I'm thinking, well, yeah, you guys have got to be idiots. We already got some of the tightest gun controls going. The reality is you got to figure out, well, what's wrong with people? Why is this taking place? But the problem is they already know why, but they can't fix it. It's impossible to fix it, just as much as it is impossible to fix somebody killing somebody, right? Whether it's a gun, a knife, a fire, a bomb, whatever. Fuck, it doesn't really matter. Or a van. Give me a break. It's just talking points, and people think they're important. Somehow in the world of 30 million plus people, 36 million in Canada, they think they're important enough to actually have an opinion on it that's actually going to change something in that sense. It's like, I don't know. It frustrates the shit out of me. The radio sucks. I hate listening to the radio anymore. Just stupid people on there.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's just like gun. Yeah, okay.
My boss will call me and go, "Where's that fire at?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to that shit all day long. He gets all frustrated with me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. There's fires everywhere around me. Who gives a fuck? One more.
What's gonna happen?
We need penal colonies back. You know, before we just to ship them all to an island, and now it's called Australia.
We talked about this one time before. I know we're probably going to wrap this up in a few minutes. Something, you know, I don't know everything by no means. I'm definitely not a fireman. I am a conspiracy theorist. I do look into things. I try to keep an open mind.
Oh,
But a
no.
lot of these fires going on. I don't even know if this one's in California right now, but I think it's California, the ones people are talking about on Facebook.
There's a shit ton of fires going.
Well, I'm seeing some stuff where people are questioning the home fires. Have you seen anything about that?
Home fires? Like structure
Well,
fires?
houses catching on fire. You know, there is theories that that's done on purpose. I've seen a few people, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Well, what the question is how the houses burn up, but the forest around it or the trees around it don't burn up. I'm you know, don't go.
Are you talking about wildland fire, but down the road there's a house with a bunch
of a neighborhood. A neighborhood burns up, but yet there's still trees around it. And they're saying it's direct energy weapons.
Last year, I think we had over 700 homes, or some god-awful amount. Been doing this 30 years. I've never seen this many houses. It would go through full housing tracts. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes. Like, it looked like it got nuked. And then there'd be a house by itself, or there'd be trees perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with wind. It has a lot to do with once you get one house together, and especially in California, they're so close, the radiant heat, you know, it doesn't, a house, depending on what it's made out of, like especially the vinyl siding is just solid state gasoline. Like if you have a tract home full of vinyl sided homes, it's just gasoline in a solid state, basically going. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing, I think I had Rosie on here one night and we were talking about it. And I'm just bringing it up again because I see some of the posts and I'm like, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think the government does a lot of underhanded shit. There's a lot of shit going on in the world that's not really out in the open and whatever. But the thing with the trees and the houses, for anybody that has a fireplace or has tried to start a fire with some green ass wood, you should realize a tree just don't fucking ignite like that. But your dried out fucking wood in your house and the shingles that are made out of fucking petroleum and the vinyl siding on the side of it, the dried out tube, that son of a bitch will light up in a heartbeat. I could use a damn magnesium starter, catch your house on fire. But I guarantee you, I would never catch a damn green tree that's growing, that is alive. You could strike your ass off with a magnesium starter. You'll never catch that fucking tree on fire.
Well, that's what's crazy too. So you think of a live tree, and it's called freezing. So think of Santa Ana winds. Well, we call them Santa Ana winds. Heavy winds pushing fire, right? And then you have these large trees, and the wind's blowing the branches back. And as that fire goes, the branches are already back. I'm trying to make it so you can see it. The branches are like wind back, right? And as that fire goes through, it stays in that state because it completely dries it out. This is with the fire not even being up next to it. This is wind, dry wind, heavy smoke, radiation radiation, radiant heat running through a channel, and it'll dry that tree limbs around. I mean, it'll be burnt too as well, but it'll suck all that moisture out, and the branches will be back like that from the winds. It's pretty cool to see, actually.
All I'm saying is to anybody out there that kind of follows conspiracy theories, just think about it. You got live trees with this slam full of moisture. Yes, there are forest fires there, and like Rick's saying, they will spread tree to tree to tree and go. But some of these housing developments and stuff that burn up and there's still trees around them, that's embers and shit. And then the fire itself, if it's a big enough fire, it's creating its own wind. You already got this Santa Ana wind or whatever. I get it. I could see a house burning up and trees around it not being that damaged. They're probably damaged if you got up and went and looked at them, but you know, they might still have green leaves on them, you know. It's full of moisture. Your house isn't.
That's the thing. Is like out here right now, it was 100 degrees, and I think it was in the teens for humidity, right? So, you know, you have live fuel moistures and dead fuel moistures, and so you think of a hill with vegetation on it. You got your live stuff, dead stuff, but it only takes, like, you know, 0 to a quarter inch. It only takes a half hour for that to dry out, you know, all the way to 0, and then you get to bigger stuff. Then you have your 100-hour fuels, 1,000-hour shit like that. Well, all that stuff is basically just perfect tender right now. It doesn't matter because the weather's been so dry.
I know I got some conspiracy theorists out there. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Don't dig too deep and don't look. I mean, with fucking charcoal and a little bit of air, I can melt steel in my charcoal grill. So if you add wind and fire and fuel, it gets pretty fucking hot. So I can see embers jumping, the wind's blowing, the house catch on fire, but not necessarily burn down the trees around it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we got
this is just me, and y'all can hate me if y'all want. I don't think our government's using direct energy weapons to laser fucking houses or whatever you want to call it and just burn up houses, not touch the trees around it. Of all the shit going on in the world, why would we use direct energy fucking weapons, even if that exists? I'm not saying they don't, to burn up our own fucking houses.
I miss that comment.
We would burn up Hollywood. We would hit some good targets.
Finzi had the freaking laser beam, right?
There's nothing to see. Move on.
Truth Free says, explain that how you can have green lawns all toasted, yet next door place is fine. It happens. It can be because there was enough defensible area for an engine crew to stay there and actually protect that structure. Those are the things we're looking for when we go in. If you have a house and it has shit all the way to up against the walls and stacks of firewood and all this shit and open wood decks and light curtains and everything manageable or imaginable that's going to catch on fire, like we may write that house off so that we can not injure our firefighters and send it to the next house that we can actually possibly save. So you're going to see burnt, and you may see one that had a nice big green grass yard. It was made out of stucco or some type of fire-resistant material. It had good defensible space. There was plenty of room for the guys to park up there and stretch lines out. Not a bunch of trees hanging over and dead trees and all that other shit. And that's how houses get saved or lost.
Okay, Mulder, Fox, I've heard your explanations and theories. It's time to move on to the next investigation.
Thank you.
No,
well,
come on, guys.
I see that a lot. I've seen a lot of stories and pictures and a lot of talk in the conspiracy world on how these houses are direct energy weapons that's burning them up. It wasn't a forest fire.
Send them over to me. I'll fucking smack them.
I'm just saying, you know, of all the things I look into conspiracies, I'm sorry, it's just low on my totem pole of importance. Yeah, I hate to be that way, but that's just the way it is.
Next week on the X-Files.
Yeah, I'm more worried about worldwide power grabs and shit like that. That it sparks my interest a little bit more, you know. But that's just me.
Which one's Mulder and which one's Fox? Is it TR or is your six covered?
That's a tough call.
TR's got the hair.
It came back. I was getting kind of worried there for a minute.
The little UFO got him there, Blue.
All right. Anyway, moving on. But, well, hell, it's getting a little late.
It is, sir.
Yep. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's been 2 hours, about, within minutes anyway. I just had to hit that just for a second real quick. But anyway, let everybody do an outro, and I'll start with you, Luke.
Well, here's my consensus of tonight's show. Certainly, I'm just gonna skip you, Blue, because I got respect for you, sir. What I learned tonight. No, I don't know. You know what? My thing is this. I've been hearing a lot of shit in the news in general, but you know what? It still comes back to the same thing. You know, I always look at people and they say shit, and sometimes I look at them. I say, grow up, learn to read, right, and just catch a clue, right? Relax a little bit. I don't know. I think the world would be a better place if people just did that. But nevertheless. Anyways, good show. I enjoyed being on with you guys. Good seeing you, Six. It's been a little while. So
Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's nice. Always enjoy talking with you.
Yep, good to have you on, Luke. I hope you anytime you got a chance, man, you got an open seat, as for sure. All right, Blue, would you like to do an outro?
No, I'm gonna not be able to sleep tonight because of the snakes. So, fuck. Thank you for bringing up all those repressed memories, even though I kind of volunteered them. But no, it was a fun chat, as always. I mean, that's what this chat is. It's us bullshitting, having a good time. We hit serious topics, we hit not so serious topics, and I don't know. I like the mixture that you bring to the table. So thanks, TR, and everybody on the panel. Thank you for showing up. And side chat, you guys rock as always.
Yep, thanks for being on, man. And Daniel, would you like to do an outro?
Sure. Luke, if we ever get together, we're going to have some beer, eh? Blue,
good.
Blue, if we ever meet, you are so screwed.
Yeah, I know.
Rick, I'm glad you got to go home and go to the family reunion. How are the leprechauns? TR, brother, thanks for having me on.
And real quick, TR, before you move to the next outro, Daniel, just remember, if you decide to do a snake prank, police officers only hit 6% of the targets they're shooting at, so most likely you may end up dead.
For your information, a little FYI.
Just to let you know.
Blue, just to let you know, 20 years in the Navy, don't challenge me. Because it will happen 6 times to make sure.
Rick, here's your 6 covered. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure talking to all you guys. I haven't seen TR in forever. Get your ass down there. We got to shoot. And don't forget, there's a sale on 3D printers. So go and get yourself one. And you only need once because you can print a new one. See you guys on the next show. Like, share, and subscribe to TR. And send Blue lots of black snakes in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to know your friend's weaknesses.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, I'm afraid of like really nice sets of boobies. So, like, I get scared. So
I've been dumbstruck.
You
a
want to
few
send me
times.
some of those and scare me? Go right ahead. And whiskey. I'm completely scared of whiskey as well.
Address will be in the link below. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Great chat. I had a good time anyway. Hope everybody else did. We'll see you next week. If not sooner, on somebody else's chat, maybe Rich's or somebody's. Who knows? Make sure you check out Trees Are Blowing next week. Next Thursday will be his last chat, or for at least for now anyway. He's going to wrap that up. We've been doing it about 4 years, and he's ready to move on. So we're going to try to have a big panel. So next Thursday night at 9 o'clock, check out Trees Are Blowing. It'll just be about an hour. He may do a little longer since this is final. Should be a great chat. And other than that, thanks everybody for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Later.